Well, this is a little get a goat and go pack goat camp tip. What I'm doing here is mosquito prevention. It's end of May, last week of May. Don't really need a big fire, but mosquitoes, they're horrible. So instead of cutting down trees or getting dead trees, I like to burn this punky wood. You can see it's a lot of smoke coming up out there. Now all the goats, what they do is they go up here in the smoke. They hang out under the trees. And that smoke keeps the mosquitoes and biting flies off them. And the other thing I do is the smudge pot. The smudge pot trick is probably the best hack that you can do. It's a very simple thing to make. It's a 5-gallon bucket handle off a 5-gallon bucket. Punch some holes in the bottom. And for me to fire it up, get some punk wood, a bunch of punk wood that I put in there, put it over the fire for a little bit, let that smoke go, get a rolling in there, and it's going good. I'll take it off the fire, and now I protect my backside. Sorry about that. Protect my backside from the skeeters. Now, since I'm pointing this way, one of my big unexplained encounters was right here. Came out of camp, crossed these logs here, came over here, it was dark, fires there, dogs were tired, they stayed in camp. I got right about here and something growled at me. Now this is the main way into my camp, this is the main trail into my camp, my main trail. And it wasn't a growl that came low from the ground, it was a growl that came high from the ground. It was at head height or higher, that growl, and it was right there, right behind that down aspen, as you can see. Hi, Bjorn. And I think it was right there. Wasn't a bear, wasn't a mountain lion, wasn't a wolf. My dogs, the strange part about it, my dogs didn't even react to it. So I got right about here from camp and it growled. And I knew exactly what it was. I knew exactly what it was in my heart of hearts, in my soul, in my gut. It was a Bigfoot. I immediately waved my hand, just like this, and turned around, went right back to camp. Went right back to camp, and I armed up. Scout. I armed up and ready for a fight for the night. And nothing happened. Nothing happened. Went to bed with my knives, I should say, my knife belt on. Slept very uncomfortably, rolling over on my knives all night long. But the reason I did that was in the event that it did snag me up while I was in my sleeping bag. Well, I didn't want it to be my gunny bag, be the snipe in the bag. I wanted a way to be able to cut myself out of the bag if I had to. And self-defense. Needless to say, nothing happened. Yeah, I'm still here. So is Bigfoot violent? Maybe. Maybe it can be. Maybe it's smart enough to know that if it does hurt us, harm us, that that would be a big no-no. There would be big problems. Maybe, just maybe, they don't want to harm us, but just want to be left alone. And they try and scare people out of their area that, like I said, this is a relatively unknown area to the masses. So I almost always have this place to myself. I can go probably 10 miles in any direction before 10 to 20 miles in any direction before I run into anybody. I'd have to go 10 miles back to where I was before I see anybody. I have to go 10 miles east, 10 miles west, and if I go straight north, probably be 100 miles before I ran into anybody. Well, and while we're at it, might as well show you where I had my first weird incident. So I'm standing right here. I got some baby goats on the other side over there. I wasn't able to really see them down in there, but I could hear them. It was later in the year. I definitely remember more foliage on the willows. And they were just crying, crying, crying. All the baby goats, they never really encountered the stream before, so they didn't know how to get across. So they just stayed over there crying away, and I'm calling for the goats to come. But they're just crying, crying, crying. Way up top up over there in that direction. I know this area pretty doggone well. But I'm telling you, you can see the aspens there. Now you can. You see the aspens there. That's all down aspen. Pixie stick. No one's gonna ride the horse up through there, and that's what I thought it was at first. There's the cowboy up here on the cattle permit. Whooping at cattle. I'm like, no, that's impossible. That wouldn't happen. That just isn't possible. No self-respecting cowboy would ride up there. Ever. Then I heard 3 whoops. Whoop. Couple minutes later, really listening for it. Hear it a second time. Whoop. I'm like, that's not human. That is absolutely not human. So I'm walking around here, wondering what on earth is that? What's going on? What's going on? So I come over here, and this is where the dog was alerting to last night. I gotta get down there and look for evidence. Whooping way up there. So that's a false mountain top. That's a false top. It goes up for another. It goes up 1,000 feet. Well, actually about 1,200 feet. In elevation very quickly. Gets very steep. And this is where I hunt, so I know this. I know this area very well. So that was the whooping. This is where I was cutting a tree down right here in camp. See, right there. I got my back to it. I'm facing in the direction of the camera. All of a sudden, I hear splashing in the creek behind me. Turn around. Right in this opening here, I can see the splashing. I see the splashing. Splash, splash. And I heard the third one. I saw the wake of the first one because I didn't have time to see. By the time I turned, it was already running. It was a splashing that alerted me. Saw the wake in the water. Saw it run up this way. No, it's not that thick. Okay, it's not that thick. I should have saw something. I saw nothing. I could see the splashes in the water there. I definitely saw one, two, and the third one was probably behind that tree right there. But I was able to see the wake, the splash of it. So it was, but no body. It was like that Predator movie where the Predator's running through the water. You don't see the Predator, but you see the splashing. That's what it reminded me of. Was it a bear? I don't know. Could be. But then about 20 minutes later, I go back to camp, take this firewood that I was cutting here, take it to my camp, build a fire. Then that's when I hear it. 3 howls. Wasn't whoops, it was howls. My initial thought was, hey, oh wow, it's a wolf. And I was like, no, that wasn't a wolf. Oh, I hope I hear it again. And I did. A minute, 2 minutes later, I heard it again. And I'm standing right here, right where Scout is in the smoker. And the howl happened a second time. There was no barking. There was no whooping or yiping or whimpering like coyotes or, and it didn't sound like any type of canine that I'm familiar with. And it did it a third time. Third time is whenever I really had all my attention and focus on that sound, and I know for a fact it wasn't a wolf, wasn't a coyote, wasn't anything that I'm familiar with, that I've heard, whether it be on TV, documentaries, in real life. I've never heard anything howl like that. Nothing. Yeah, maybe in a werewolf movie or something like that. But that wasn't to be taken real, right? We're not supposed to believe in those things. It's just stories to scare everybody, right? Yeah. So those are my 3 encounters in this camp. I still haven't discovered what happened last night. I don't see any tracks there. And that was after it rained. So whatever it was, I don't know if he smelt something, saw something, but if it's 8 to 10 feet tall, this height right here that I'm at, this is my head height, had to be just a little bit lower than this. Huh? Bulrush knocked down, but eh, I wouldn't say that's any type of track or anything. It was just laid down probably from the winter. Snowpack. I don't see any tracks of anything here. Oh, get back. Some old tracks of something. There's something fresh right there. Get back. Dogs haven't been playing down here since we've been here, so there's something there. What that track is, I don't know. How old is it? See that dirt there? I wouldn't say it's very fresh, but yeah, there's something been in here. Ah, there's another slide track there. Yeah, probably an elk. Oh, that's 2 feet taller than me. That would put it at 8 feet. At about the right elevation on this little hillside here. I'm not seeing anything definitively. Maybe he was just being spooky. Who knows? So I'm just going to have to chalk that one up as an unknown. Nice views. Camera never shows things the way you see it. Got a nice little water hole there. That's my cold water plunge, which I'm going to have to do here in a bit. Feel pretty grimy from yesterday. Got the trail grit, trail scum. I'm sweating. I'm looking forward to it. All right, that's all I got. Nothing. Nada, nada, nada. But yeah, a couple of weird things going on. So we'll keep an eye. We'll keep you posted, keep you updated. Still don't know what the hound dog was alerting to, but he alerted something. I don't see any evidence of anything. It could be just being a stupid dog. Wait, what's this? Nothing. Nada, nada, nada. Yeah, that's the old truck. It was just that. There's my prints. Got to learn how to track yourself. important. All right, so big nothing burgers, but the search continues, and it will continue. You know what I got to say? Get a goat and go. Doesn't look like they want to go anywhere. Oh man, I think they're happy. Happy, happy goat. Yep. Old Fonzie there, he's just laid out. Laid out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, remember, get a goat and go, and yes, you're going to get wet. So enjoy it.